So by the title of the video, you might be asking, Eric, why are you talking about the Google Pixel 5? It's not a camera necessarily, it's a phone. You really don't talk about phones anymore. That was, years and years ago. You might see it on Instagram, but I am part of Team Pixel, and I really don't concentrate on the phone necessarily. Of course, phone's a phone, it's gonna be great, but I also like to concentrate on the camera and the photography features of it and, new lenses or whatever comes out. And the Google Pixel 5 has some nice stuff that it added and updated that I kind of just want to cover in regards to like the camera and like one or two awesome features that really steps it up this year for the Pixel line and my growing interest in like Android, even though I mainly use iPhone. So like being part of Team Pixel, kind of like a brand ambassador, really just kind of opened my eyes instead of just seeing a lot from like the iOS side of things, really just seeing what iOS misses because the Pixel, Android, etc. has a lot. As always, to be upfront, Google did not pay or compensate me in any way for this. They basically sent over the Pixel 5 and the Google Buds just to really kind of share my thoughts and review and to test a couple of the new features that the Pixel 5 has, especially the battery share feature, which I'll cover, and like reverse wireless charging. So they did not pay me or compensate me in any way. They sent the gear for free to review and to share with you guys and girls out there, and just to really kind of maybe help decide if you want the phone or not. So all in all, here is the Pixel 5. I have it right here. Underneath the case, it's the sort of sage color. It's like a nice little like blue, and they also sell it in black as well for the Pixel 5. It is $700, and you can pre-order it now. I think it's available on October 27th is like when it ships. Somewhere around there in the next couple of weeks. But let's talk about a couple of the new camera features and things, and just show you a little bit about it. Well, first I just want to start off by size, and the one thing I always liked about the Pixel phones is that they're very, very lightweight for the amount of hardware that they have in this, and it's just really good. So like here's the Pixel 5, right here, and then here is the 4A. So if I have the Pixel 4A kind of just under this, it's not that far off. So to have a even bigger phone, this has a 6-inch OLED screen that has a very, very good refresh rate. It is super fast, scrolling to and from and everything. It's very good and it's very sharp. Able to watch, videos. It just looks very smooth and it just works very, very well. So the size is always a good feature. It's always something that is just like, man, I can't believe that it has all this power and it's this light, compared to iPhones, which tend to be a little bit heavier, in which I don't mind that as well. It just always impresses me that it's like that. And the one thing before I jump into the cameras is right underneath of it, I always like the fingerprint scanner. Apple messed up by getting rid of it, in my opinion, but being able to unlock your iPhone just by pressing the button and it unlocking, it's just a nice feeling. It's a great natural place for it to be, as your hand is always around that position. Just a quick little, and you're there. It's just something that's great and something that is missed on the Apple side of things, but Google keeps it going. So as you notice, there are still two lenses on the Pixel in regards to the camera, and it still has an amazing software in it in regards to the algorithm and kind of like bracketing and learning from it and everything how it goes. So you have your like normal lens on it, but now they have this new ultra wide lens, and just to really show you that how much detail you retain and the quality that you get. I went to a local spot around a town that I live near, and there's like an old Coca-Cola ad that's painted onto an old brick wall. You'll see that I take it with the normal camera, it looks fine, but then ultra wide, obviously you get a little distortion, but it's very, very sharp. And then just behind it, there was this big bulldozer there for some reason, and I was just like, what if I take a step back? Normal shot to include the Coca-Cola and the tractor trailer, the bulldozer, and then ultra wide, and you see I basically have almost that entire machine in there with the billboard. So it just goes to show that the new lens on there is very, very good. In regards to like astrophotography, nighttime photography, is their night sight mode. Basically being able to, just take a photo in pitch black and it being able to run through a series of algorithms and different exposures to pretty much pick up light where you think it shouldn't. And I'll have a couple examples, and these aren't even the most sharp necessarily, but just to show you, it was like pitch black outside. I'll run a little video showing that, but then to still be able to retain some highlights from the left side and the street light and it picking it up on the, on the grass and everything, and even around the trees. Just goes to show what power a phone like this and the software that it has uses, and just how technology has progressed over the years. So I think it's always pretty cool. And the one big update is, it has portrait mode, which I think looks very good, very smooth. I have my MKBHD matte black edition Rubik's Cube. Use portrait mode on it because why not? But the bokeh, even though it's not necessarily real, looks very, very good. And very similar to, a wide open fast lens. And then obviously showing you the normal just to show the difference as well. So you have all of that. And even in the portrait mode, you can do night sight as well if you need a portrait without a lot of light around it, if you want to take a selfie at night, etc. So a lot of cool options that come with the new Pixel 5, and just a couple slight upgrades to the cameras. And what still is cool is that in regards to like photos and JPEGs and raw files, you can get raw files of the photos that you could take. It can save both JPEG and raw DNGs, digital negatives, which are basically universally read raw files with the Google Pixel. And you don't even get that in regards to, Apple stuff. And Apple just released their Apple RAW whatever, but it still is processed where you're getting an actual raw file in the Google Pixel 5, which is very cool. Still wish there was a little bit more manual exposure options. And I think that's what a lot of camera companies are missing out there. They're trying to encourage the photography and the pro side of things. So I think that could still be improved, and having more manual photo control and setting your ISO, your shutter, etc. Being able to do that would elevate the Pixel, or really any phone in general. But I just wanted to mention you can actually get raw DNG photos from the Pixel 5. So once again, here's the size of the phone. It doesn't seem that big. It's, once again, 6-inch, OLED screen, etc. This has a 4080 milliamp hour battery in it, which basically means this thing can last easily over a full day, even kind of intensive work on it. But even if you just casually use it, you could pretty much have this last 2 days. And that's what I've noticed as well so far. And also the battery being that big, and one of my favorite features in this phone, I think is really cool, is the new battery share feature. So basically you could treat your Pixel 5 like it's a wireless charger. And basically what it can do is it can charge, your cell phone if it has wireless charging capabilities, or, if you have like Google Buds and you activate the battery share feature, you basically put it in the middle of the back. You even feel kind of like a magnetic pull, meaning that you can get it and then you sit it on there. As long as you have the battery share turned on, it will charge whatever you have that is wireless. That could do it. And I think that is an amazing feature, and just something that a lot of people, have. A lot of people now have AirPods and Google Buds and Samsung whatever's. You can charge that stuff on the go. And it's cool that it universally works with other products and not just Google products. Definitely a smart move. And it's just like, I don't know, you can also help someone out. Of course, it drains your battery, but it's a very, very cool feature that I expect more phones to have in the future. If you guys or girls have any questions about the Pixel 5, anything that I may have missed, and once again, I'm not really going too in-depth about it, just because I mainly care about the camera. Once again, it does do 4K video, so you have that option out there, but I mainly just care about the photos, the image quality, and just a couple cool features. And like I said, the battery share thing, to me, reverse wireless charging, is pretty cool. Once again, it's $700 for the 128 gigabyte model. The Pixel 5, sort of sage, black. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're a current Pixel user, is it something you figure you'd upgrade to because it doesn't necessarily break the bank? It's under $1,000. Others, take notice what you can do with the phone. You can pack a lot into it and not gouge people's pockets.